Hey, welcome back everyone to another soul-searching conversation with Sanam after a month-long break. I'm Sanam Lalwani and I'm so fortunate to engage in these heartwarming, soul-stirring conversations with my lovely guest speakers. I was inspired to embark on this journey with you all in order to connect on the soul level, see unity in diversity, and experience how we all contribute to the universe. Today, our next guest is another dear friend who encourages me to excel in life. So thank you, Sujal. I would like to introduce you to Sujal Mabubani from Hong Kong. Welcome, Sujal.
Thank you, Sanam.
Sujal is a yoga instructor with expertise in Hatha and Kundalini Yoga and an energy healer for the last 13 years. Throughout her career, she focused on developing a holistic approach to healing the body and mind by combining both of those tools and empowering people to use them to better themselves. She also received practitioner diplomas for EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, CBT, or Certified Body Talk, UN Method, and Millennium Method. And I'm sure a lot more too. As an EFT tapping practitioner for the last 11 years, she has helped her clients take charge of their own well-being. Although Sujal uses many more modalities in her energy healing sessions, today we shall focus on her Kundalini Yoga and EFT tapping. So welcome, Sujal.
Thank you, Sanam, for inviting me.
So my first question to you is, what brought you to yoga? As I know that you were a cafe stewardess before this. Can you share your journey with us?
Sure. I'll try to make it very brief because it becomes a story for me,
Yeah.
which I keep reminding you not to go there. Well, I had an accident when I was flying, and I ended up having a bad injury, which really debilitated my body physically. And it came to a point where in Hong Kong, it was either you do a surgery to move on, or this is going to persist for the rest of my life. And it came, it brought me to a place where I just felt hopeless because I was like, this is what's going to happen to me. I'll be walking like this, or I will not be able to walk at all. And in that despair time, a friend of mine took me for a yoga class and said, just come, one class. I mean, if you can't do anything, so what? That one class changed my life forever because when I went, the teacher who taught me Hatha Yoga was like, it doesn't matter whether you sit down, whether you do handstand, nothing. What really matters is how you understand the body. How do you understand where can you go next? And the thing that really ignited the spark is the hope, because everybody did not give me hope. I was given a hopeless situation from allopathic medicine, surgeons, everyone. But she gave me hope and said, you know what, I'll make you walk. After that, it's your journey to help others who are or would be in the same situation, because just hope will get you a lot more places. And I decided just there and there, okay, you know what? Out of so many people in this place where I was for 4 years, more than 4 years, she's the only one who said, I can help you. And I was like, yes. So that was my journey into Hatha Yoga, yes.
Wow.
And I joined the teacher trainers because she was like, there will be people like you who will have injuries, who will be so bad, who will be in a very deep place and dark place. If you know, because you understand, you will be able to tell them, this didn't come like that. I had to work on it.
Yes.
And I thought, yes, I could do that. I can help people and give them hope. There's always hope.
Wow, that's really beautiful. And that's so miraculous to see that you actually were able to recover and everything back to normal through Hatha Yoga. So that's really, really good.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
It was really good. And I think the Hatha Yoga came along with EFT because
Okay.
at that moment in time, I was on painkillers, I was on sleep medication, and there was a lot of things involved. Um, the only way I could get out of not taking any medication, because it would ruin my body for the rest of my life, EFT was an anchor. So they both came together in my life. And it gave me the courage that, you know what, I'm not going to take this medication. So I'm not advising anybody to not go in that path. That I was in a really bad place. So
Yeah.
EFT is something I am so passionate about. I want to bring it up to people. You need to have some commitment, and you just need to work on it. That's all.
Yeah. That's amazing. We will be asking you a lot about EFT. I will be asking you later.
No problem.
Yeah, but before that, I wanted to ask you, so how did you so many of us already know a lot about Hatha Yoga, but can you explain to us the difference between Hatha Yoga and Kundalini Yoga?
Hatha Yoga is very muscular. It works on your muscle. It works on the strength building, the stamina, and it's more about giving your body the power to hold on and become stronger. Now, that was my Hatha Yoga, but Kundalini Yoga came out in my life in a very different way because I was going through insomnia. And I've heard about Kundalini Yoga. I'm an Indian. You hear a lot. And I thought, yeah, but what can Kundalini Yoga do? I attended a class, and the teacher there, I had explained to him, I'm a Hatha Yoga teacher. I can't sleep. I'm having these issues. And he said, okay, do one class. I want you to do that. And if you do this for 40 days, you will get the sleep. And I was like, that's no way people can give you confidence like that. Like even the doctors can't tell you, I'm giving you Valium and for sure you will sleep.
Yeah.
Of course, you will knock out. And I thought, okay, I've come here from a very long place. Let me try. I did it for 40 days, that particular set, which was meant for sleep. The 42nd day out, 16 hours.
Wow.
I think a lot of people in my house thought I was just dead because I didn't wake up.
You couldn't
And it was, and it was just bizarre. And I was thinking, how does this work? So for me, I was just guided to become a Kundalini Yoga teacher. It was like, this is what I need to do. So Kundalini Yoga is, we all have a latent energy in our base of a spine that we call the Kundalini. It's a serpent power. As it rises along the spinal cord or your back of the spine, as it goes up, it cleans your blockages. It gives you what it needs to give you. So these sets, the Kundalini Yoga is not designed in here. It's given with a set. It comes in the book. And every set, like, for example, the sleep. The sleep had a set that we only followed that particular set. So it has a pose. The pose will be only for a certain period of time. And it will have probably a movement. Some of them will have a mantra attached to it. So it's designed and it's given to Kundalini teachers to help them to guide the class into a set. So every class has a set. It could be for anything. It could be for an organ.
Okay.
It could be for the spine. And the idea behind it is to help you become physically fit so that when the Kundalini rises up, you can manage it to come to the place of well-being, which is always the case for anything.
Yes.
So that's Kundalini. It's specific.
So it's something you practice still every day at home?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
every single day.
Every-
Now I've come down to I don't do kriyas every day. Before I used to experiment with all the kriyas. I have so many books. I wanted to experiment. If I did this set, what is going to be my result? Because don't forget, I've come from a very physically bad place. For
Yeah.
me to sit down on the mat, also, I need to have a bolster. I need to have proppage. If it works for me, imagine how it's going to help people who are already in a place of well being or maybe have slight physical issues. So, yes, I still do. But till date, I have practiced meditation every single day.
Mm.
And I love it. It's
Yeah.
addictive.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Because I think like you said that it strengthens different parts of the organ. So like even like there's a specific set for the liver, there's a specific
Yes,
set to strengthen the heart, every part, right?
everything. Yes.
So
And
so
with
usually,
Kundalini, yeah, go ahead.
or
Sorry.
usually when you do a session, you only focus. So you'll say today let's focus only on the liver, or
Yeah,
today let's only focus on this particular part
yeah.
of the body, right? And then you
It
won't do
is
any other exercises. Yeah.
no. And with the liver, where with Kundalini, the idea is not just physical. When you're doing physical and you're focusing on the liver is the seat where we have emotional issues. A lot of us will keep our emotions seated in the liver. So when you do these set, you also release the emotional aspect of that organ. And you also release the mental connection that we have with the mind, body, soul connection is all about how you bring everything in one set. So for me, Kundalini Yoga is special because it's not a set, it's in a set. So many things are taken care of.
Mm. Because I feel there are some people who might be wary, about Kundalini Shakti being awakened, the thought. So I know that you do like a protection prayer before and after the
Yes,
session. And so can
yes.
you explain a little bit the reason behind that? So it will help our audience feel safe and secure if they want to pursue Kundalini Yoga in the future.
Sure. So every Kundalini set, the one that we've learned, I went to New Mexico to train. So where they are very particular about, we tune in before a set. So
Okay.
when we tune in, we are in a group energy. Everybody who attends will be in this group, and all of us will help each other, because at the end of the day, we need to be conscious that we are all one. So that's a connection prayer for all of us. And then we have a protection prayer, the Adi mantra or the triple mantra that we do, which protects all of us. So in case some people may not be in the full format of that physical kriya, they might not be able to raise their legs up, but the protection is all the 10 gurus will come to protect you with a white light. So you will sustain A, the physical kriya benefits, B, Kundalini very rarely in my so many years, very rarely is it spontaneously arisen for anyone, unless you really worked on it. And it keeps you safe. It's protected.
Yeah.
You are protected. And this is why we always recommend, I would, that you always have a teacher with you,
Yeah.
because that person has already had some experience and some guidance as to what can be done if there is an issue, which I haven't I haven't experienced in my last 13 years, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay. And originates from Guru Nanak.
Yogi Bhajan, yeah, but Guru Nanak Sahib Ji he kind of downloaded it when he went into this phase,
Okay.
and all these meditations and kriyas just came to him, and he kind of passed it on. Most of the times, there's nothing in the books in the olden days, so he passed it on from teacher to teacher to
Yeah.
teacher, and it came to Yogi Bhajan, who kind of brought it to the West. And this is how I got into it.
Very, very nice. So can you share with our viewers any experience of someone who benefited through yoga? I know the Kundalini Yoga has helped you with sleep. Do you have any other experiences you can share?
Yes. Well, I had a student who was undergoing infertility, but was trying a lot with the IVF and wasn't succeeding because every time it was manifesting, but the baby or the fetus didn't survive. And she asked me, "Can you help?" And I was like, "Yeah, we do have sets for this." So, excuse me, we did a set with her. I did a set, a private one, and it hit the mark.
Wow.
And she was pregnant, and she had twins. And they
Amazing.
were born one day after my birthday, which is, I
Oh,
feel, even
that's
till date, I
amazing.
never forget. Yes.
Yeah.
So she had, yeah, she met, the IVF went well. She was safe. The baby was safe, and they're beautiful kids.
Mm.
So that was my one story with fertility. We had another one with what was respiratory and asthma. Having said that, asthma is a common thing that comes
Yeah.
up nowadays. So we just worked on the lung, and she had to, of course, continue on because she was taking Ventolin puff.
Okay.
I think it took her probably 1.5 months. Never. It's what 10 for with me for 8 years. She's never taken any.
After that, wow.
Yeah. And sometimes when she does get into this thing that I'm having an asthma attack, she's so confident that it is going to go away, that she doesn't rely on the medication. But it's like I tell people, you know what, you need to keep yourself safe. So keep it and see what happens. But that was for me an eye opener, like, oh, I'm just reading from the book and I'm teaching you from the book.
Yeah.
But wow, the success.
So it's so
amazing.
powerful, huh? So many
It is.
miracles have happened in front of your eyes itself. And
Yes.
you're also one
Yes,
miraculous case.
yes. This is why I do tell people, join. It's uncomfortable because they are different. The movements are not your normal movements you would do.
Yeah.
Join, try for
Yeah.
yourself. And if it doesn't work, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I used to attend in Hong Kong with you.
Yes.
It was very tough, but I somehow used to manage. But it was good, very good, very powerful. And I know you also, I just thought for our viewers who are not in Hong Kong right now and would like to join, you are available on Zoom, right? Also to
Yes.
do it? Okay.
Yes.
So if you'd like
I
to
do on
contact
Zoom.
Sujal, later I will be giving out all the information, your contact details. And if anyone wants to try it, right, that would be amazing.
That's lovely. It'll be my pleasure because I'm so passionate about it. So I'm very happy to welcome you anytime.
Okay, that'll be really good. Okay, and so now I know that you believe in using a holistic approach in your sessions, and you have learned many different energy healing methods to help your clients. So I thought we could switch gears now and discuss a little bit about how you got into energy healing, specifically emotional freedom technique, or EFT. And maybe can you first introduce what EFT is? I think because many people, if you were to go on the internet, the abbreviation comes up as electronic funds transfer, and that's not.
That's great.
Is that great?
Maybe.
Too?
No, because if you think about it, if you're emotionally free, that's a fund that the universe will send you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're free from all your emotional baggage that you have, you will be free. And that's the free fund that the world gives you. Why not?
Yeah.
You're worth that.
That's amazing.
I didn't think about that. That just came through.
That just came to you. Wow. Amazing. So yeah, if you could just explain what emotional freedom technique is, and then the philosophy behind it.
Okay. So emotional freedom technique, EFT, that's the abbreviation. It's an energy-oriented therapy. Energy, it's founded by Gary Craig. I love Gary Craig. I've never met him, but he was a Stanford University graduate and an engineer, so logically brained. And he was a student of Dr. Callahan, where they used to diagnose an issue and give a specific tapping sequence for that issue. So Dr. Gary Craig came up with this thing about why should we just do that? Why only diagnose one issue and do a specific thing? Why not we do an overhaul? Let's tap all the meridian points. Now, meridian points are something that I need to explain. So traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, is based on the belief that we have energy pathways in our body. They're like circuits. Imagine your circuit board. So for the circuit, your light to turn on, you have to turn the switch on, and the switch is connected to all the circuits in your house.
Yeah.
When the circuits are running full on, your light will turn on. If there's a malfunction somewhere, it'll go, the fuse will go off. And the next thing that you do is you will replace the fuse, but that has caused a disruption. Mm-hmm. The same thing in the meridian system in our body. So these energy pathways, when they run smoothly, there is smooth movement of energy, which we call chi. I mean, a lot of people know what chi is.
Yeah.
When chi runs smoothly, you are at an optimal physical level of well-being. Emotional well-being is good. You are able to turn things around easily. So if you have a little issue, when you're stable, your circuits are moving, you're able to be more practical. You're able to be more logical to understand it's not so big. But when that happens in our system, it's a negative blockage. It creates negative blockages. So negative emotions will arise from that that happens in your system. Yeah. When you go to a TCM or Chinese practitioner, acupuncture, they will put needles on the meridian points, taking care of that or the negative blockage or the blockage. It doesn't have to be a negative blockage. It has to be a blockage of any kind. Okay. But it manifests somewhere physically for you. That's how they operate with the needles. With EFT, we use 2 fingers and we'll tap on specific points, meridian points, to release the same blockage. So there are no needles. You have 2 fingers that you're going to use to tap the certain meridian points. It's not specific. We do all the meridian points. Okay. So that's how EFT is based on. We're taking care of all negative, not negative thinking, but it's like the blockage that is stopping you from being the physically fit person that you should be.
Yeah. Okay. So does tapping rewire the brain?
Scientifically proved. There's a lot of, you need a lot of proof, but in my opinion, yes, it will rewire your brain, because once you take care of that blockage, you will feel well. Now, if that's not rewiring, I don't know what is. If you take care of what's keeping you in a place stuck, you will rewire your brain. You will think differently. You will look at the world differently. That is rewiring your brain. So I would say, yes, it does.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just researching a little, and it says, according to Jessica Ortner, she's an author. Yeah. The author, she says, studies have shown again and again that when you tap, the cortisol, known as the stress hormone, lowers drastically. So that's great, because we all go through so much stress in our lives that if we have this type of a technique that you're able to teach us in the next few minutes when we do get into it more, it will really help us a lot, I think, for anybody who's going through, because during these unprecedented times, there's a lot of anxiety and stress going on. So it would be really nice to learn this technique. So before you teach us, I was hoping you could teach us, what are the benefits of tapping?
There are so many. The benefit, the biggest one is it's simple.
Yeah.
It's, well, in my opinion, it's safe, because when you are taking care of yourself, there are no needles involved. There's no outside participant who is going to go and do things on you. It's
Okay.
you are doing it for yourself.
Okay.
And there's always a case where, where it's physical imbalances are there, because a lot of emotional imbalances translates later on in the physical imbalance. It's safe. You're not taking any medication.
Yeah.
You're not taking anything outside to help you with this.
Yes.
You take responsibility for your own well-being, which is for me the biggest thing, because there is nobody outside that can help you but you yourself.
Yes.
So it's fast. Again, you need to have that commitment of doing it every day. And when it gets too much, like, this is the approach that I like, is I teach people, I tell them, do it every single day, even a little bit. When it gets too much and you feel you're stuck, find a certified practitioner. Find somebody who's certified to guide you from the stuck place to move you to the next level, and then take it from there and do the homework. So money wise, yes, it's much cheaper than taking drugs.
Yeah.
But if you need to take drugs, because I'm not a qualified doctor, I'm not a qualified therapist, except EFT certified, I will say, if you have to take medication, you have to take.
Yeah.
But if you have side effects with the medication, yes, then EFT is going to help you take care of these things that are creating these side effects. So there's so many more benefits, but these are the biggest ones.
Okay. So basically, the benefits would be that it's a flexible technique, right? It's easy to work, and it's a very simple thing that you can do in a few minutes, and you can do it to yourself, and anywhere you are, you can do it, basically, right?
Yes. It's like people will say, it's a protocol. The way I will guide you today will have some, it's a sequence or a protocol where we kind of, today we'll work with it and I'll see what comes up and we work with that. That the protocol is, we will acknowledge what we are experiencing, and then we accept ourselves in spite of what we're experiencing, because a lot of time we are very self-critical, we are very judgmental. Why it's happening to me, it's unfair. Nah, that person had that but they recovered fast, so much. So with EFT, you have to accept, I am unique. I mean, there is nobody like you, Sanam, in this world. Nobody. There might be a doppelganger, but there's nobody like you. Your fingerprinting is different. So how is it that you can't accept where you are? So we do that, we rephrase, and then we tap it out, the negative emotion that is blocking you. And then I am not going to put in positive affirmation. I'm going to say neutral. You, all of us, want to be free of what we are experiencing. So we bring in that, and then we tap through that sequence. So it's a sequence, it's easy, in my opinion. And you can also say a prayer, because people get very caught up, now that I've noticed, they get caught up into, I don't know how to do this. I mean, how are you going to do it? I'm like, don't go there. You know a prayer, you say a prayer, tap the 8 tapping points as you say a prayer. Your connection with the universe is by far the most important thing that you will have. And things will get better. Why not?
Yeah, because I mean, I know it works, but can you just, somehow, tell our audience maybe how can you explain maybe that it works? How can you give us some proof or some conviction?
There are lots of people who are my clients. So then, I can just give you offhand, let's pick a subject on a physical issue. So I had people, one of my clients who had cancer, and was undergoing chemotherapy. Her biggest thing is, if I take chemotherapy, my hair is going to fall off. I'm going to have dryness of the mouth. I'm going to lose this ability. The saliva production is not going to be there. So I was like, yeah, we can work with EFT on the side effects. You will have to take radiation for this because it's an aggressive cancer that you have. I'm not going to say no, but I will work on the side effects. So when we worked on the side effects with tapping, we acknowledged that she's frightened of these side effects. I think we did maybe 5 sessions. And when she went for radiation, nothing. Her hair didn't fall out. In fact, she has more thicker hair than I do. And I was like, wow, like that.
Oh, that's amazing. So you've seen again proof on this also.
Yes, over and over again. And for me, I'm always amazed. Every new client I have and I tap, and I'm like, I always keep myself open to, wow, what miracles are you going to show me that, I'll always say, wow, you took that step for yourself. It's all about you.
Yeah.
You just need to take the step. That's all. Okay. So there's so many more insightful stuff. Like even with my sleep, I tap for my sleep.
Yeah. And it helps.
So there were, yes. So I get into a place where I'm nodding off and I'll be like, okay, this is time for you to go to sleep. And I love working with kids a lot.
Yeah.
Because I feel, I will exit this planet, but I want to leave the planet to make sure that these kids will be strong enough to do whatever they set their minds up to do. And it's always been my pleasure to work with them, to see them, wow, they are confident, they are like out there, amazing. And they still remember. I have small kids who have tapped with me. They'll come to my class like, oh, auntie, I'm already tapping. I'm like, God bless you.
That's too funny. So they associate you with tapping right away.
Yeah, because I make it my point to like, just a little bit, 2 minutes, please, just do 2 minutes so that your life is easy. My whole thing is we are all going to go through. I'm in a pandemic with all of you.
Yeah.
We all went through this. How do you take care of that little bit?
Yeah.
Of suffering that we go through. That's all.
So it helps to relieve stress and anxiety. So that's
a lot.
Yeah.
Stress, anxiety, all my surgeries I tapped through. I didn't do surgeries, but all my steroidal injections that I had to take over the years, I've tapped through all of them.
Okay.
So I'm a living proof in that way, but people might say, no, I mean, that's just you talking. Okay, I do have people on the chat, but I will look at it. It's just that what would you like to work with today? And maybe I can give you a demo, and that's a great way for you all to experience the same thing that I'm talking about.
Okay, so would you like to do the demo now then?
Sure. So tell me, what would you like to work
Okay,
on?
so now, basically, I wanted to ask you though, before you do the demo, so people understand that I know there's a statement you have to say something about even though. So I just thought if you could explain what that is. So before we do it, then we will have the reasoning behind why you say even though. Yeah, the statement.
Yeah. Now, the statements, even though, we will start with the protocol, as I said. You will acknowledge what is happening to you.
Okay.
Whatever it is. So when we do that, we tap on the karate chop. This is a karate chop.
Okay.
Which is, we also call it psychological reversal or self-sabotages. We're queen bee and king bee to sabotage our own well-being. Yeah. Because we have attachment to stories. We have so many things. I don't want to even think about it, but I feel the self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Some of them we are conscious, some of them we are not. So we tap here, and while we tap, we will say even though, because what you want is, even though I'm experiencing this, I want to be free.
Okay, so
hence,
even though
it starts with
the negative emotion, right?
The negative emotion,
okay,
which you are currently experiencing, and then we end with, I still accept myself, because then you get out of criticizing yourself, you get out of feeling unworthy, you get out of feeling bad about where you are. So that's why it always starts with, even though I'm currently experiencing this, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I love and accept myself. Now, do you have to say I love and accept myself? No, if you don't want to, but you can, just buy in and say, okay, fine, I'll love myself the way I am today.
Okay.
So we do it 3 times. And always I end with, what do you want? What do you want when you tap? What do you want when you do energy medicine? I want to be free. I want to be free of stress. I want to be free of anxiety.
Yeah.
I want to be healthy. Then we put in, even though I'm facing this is what I want.
Okay.
But we normally leave it open, because I like to leave it open. I always say I choose, because choice method gives you control. Okay. You may want to take the step to be free, or you may want to currently stay with it because it somehow helps you in whatever you're going through. Okay. There's no right or wrong. So that's how the protocol would work.
So should I share the screen of the diagram, and then they can,
sure.
Our audience can see?
Okay.
I hope it will work. Yes. Okay.
Right. So
yes, are you there?
Yes. So if I'm not on screen, that's okay.
Yeah.
This is the general EFT tapping we'll do, where maybe you can show them, because I know you kind of know the eyebrows.
I don't see myself either.
Yeah, I see you, but I don't see me, and that's fine.
Okay.
It's okay. You can.
But
both are there.
Now can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Is the screen still shown?
Yes, the screen is there. Both are there. So eyebrow is where your eyebrow meets the nose. So that's your eyebrow point.
Yeah.
Right? That's inside. Then the side of the eye is the bone, where we have a side, the bone. Okay. Right. Under the eye is a cheekbone. It's right under the pupil. Okay. Under the nose, you use 2 fingers. On the chin. That's great. Now, collarbone is, you can just use your hand, or you can just find one finger, put one finger, the index finger, in the notch in your thyroid, in your throat, and move your thumb and the middle finger on the side. Now that's where your collarbone, K27, it's a kidney point, is. If you don't want to go there, I normally just ask them to, use an L shape and tap on the collarbone, so covering the 7 points. Under the arm is generally for women near the bra strap. Okay. It's 4 fingers underneath the armpit. And top of the head is top of your head, right on top of the center. Now on this diagram, I have written immune system thumb, which is right at the center of your chest, but I don't tap that. I just tell people to tap it separately to just boost your immune system every single day. For adults, it's more than 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. That's the tapping map. And that's how we will go through this during the demo. I will go through all the tapping points.
So should I leave it on, or should I close the diagram?
You can tell them to take a copy if they want to keep it.
Okay, yeah. If you'd like to just take a picture of the diagram, then maybe I can stop the share.
Yeah, and then I will do it live with you. So, and I will give you a demo. Give me a topic that you want to work on, or if anybody else wants to work on, I'll go with you, because there'll be quite a few people. Can we use tapping for pain relief? Yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay. That's a chat. Yes. Yeah. You can use tapping for pain relief, because yes. Not on the same spot. If you would like, you can work on all the 9 points that are on that diagram. And as I guide you with this, I will make all all of you will be involved in this, because I would like it to make it a group thing. So Sanam will pick a topic which will be beneficial for everybody.
I just thought stress and anxiety would be like maybe just anxiety or something, because I feel
Anxiety. Okay.
a lot of people have
So
been going through that. Yeah.
okay.
And it's
So I
genuine.
want everybody on this chat, I want everybody to tune into your own anxiety. It could be anything. Today we are not being specific because this is just a kind of a demo. So everybody tune into your anxiety, wherever it is. And if you have a pen and paper, you can always sit with there or use your iPhone to write the note. Tune into your anxiety, and I will take with Sanam, because I'm working with you, I want you to give me a subjective unit of distress, which we call as Sud Scale. Sud Scale is 0, so you can monitor what you feel.
Okay.
0 means I don't feel anxious at all, and
Okay.
10 means I feel extremely anxious. So if I were you, I just want you to tune in. So
Okay.
tune in, Sanam, to where you are today.
So how about, since we're on the live, I say 7.
That's fine. So 7. Now that's where you're feeling, that's how anxious you are. I will also want to ask you, are you feeling that anxiety anywhere in your body? Any sensations?
Maybe just a little bit on the head, little bit.
On the head? Okay,
Yeah.
so making it very general on the head. So we'll begin with that. We are all going to tap. Even you may feel, I don't have any anxiety. It doesn't matter. If you don't have anxiety, you'll still benefit from tapping. Okay. Very simple. So side of the head, Sanam, and so is everybody on this chat. Side of the hand, we're going to do the statement. Even though I feel anxious.
I feel anxious.
On the top of my head.
On the top of my head.
And it's a 7 on the scale.
And it's a 7 on the scale.
I love and accept who I am.
I love and accept who I am.
Right now.
Right now.
Even though I have the 7 anxiety.
Even though I have the 7 anxiety.
On top of my head.
On top of my head.
I allow myself.
I allow myself.
To be free.
To be free.
And to feel better.
And to feel better.
Right now.
Right now.
Even though I feel anxiety.
Even though I feel anxiety.
And it's on the top of my head.
And it's on the top of my head.
And it's a 7.
And it's a 7.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I give myself permission.
I give myself permission.
To be free.
To be free.
And I love and accept.
And I love and accept.
Myself for taking this path.
Myself for taking this path.
To be free.
To be free.
Great. Start tapping on the eyebrow. This anxiety.
This anxiety.
Side of the eye. All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
On top of my head.
On top of my head.
Under the eye. All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
Under the nose. All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
On the chin. This anxiety.
This anxiety.
On the collarbone. All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
Under the arm. All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
On top of the head. All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
Take a deep breath. Open your mouth and let it go. Fabulous. So now I will check in with you. What do you feel about this anxiety?
Yeah, it's gone down like to a 4. Yeah.
To 4. That's lovely. Sanam, you're too good. Are you still feeling it on the top of your head?
I still feel a little bit, maybe here, a little bit.
Okay. So you can tune into where you're feeling.
Okay.
And because it's a general, it's a line on your right side of the temple.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. Anything else that's coming up as we tapped?
No, not right now.
Nothing, not right now. Great. So let's begin the second round. Even though I feel all this anxiety
even though I feel all this anxiety
on the side of my right temple,
on the side of my right temple.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Even though I have this anxiety
Even though I have this anxiety
and it's gone down,
and it's gone down,
but it's still on the side of my right temple.
but it's still on the side of my right temple.
I love and accept who I am,
I love and accept who I am,
just as I am.
just as I am.
Even though I have this anxiety,
Even though I have this anxiety,
I'm ready to let it all go.
I'm ready to let it all go.
I give myself permission
I give myself permission
to be free
to be free
because I love and accept who I am.
because I love and accept who I am.
Start tapping inside of the eyebrow. All this anxiety,
All this anxiety,
side of the eye, this remaining anxiety,
this remaining anxiety
and the side of my right temple,
on the side of my right temple,
under the eye, this remaining anxiety,
this remaining anxiety,
under the nose, this remaining anxiety,
this remaining anxiety
on the side of my right temple,
on the side of my right temple,
this remaining anxiety,
this remaining anxiety,
this remaining anxiety,
this remaining anxiety,
under the arm, this remaining anxiety,
this remaining anxiety,
top of the head, this remaining anxiety.
this remaining anxiety.
I'm ready to let it go
I'm ready to let it go
because I love and accept who I am,
because I love and accept who I am,
just the way I am.
just the way I am.
Take a deep breath and breathe out.
Feel relaxed now. I should have done
That's
this
good.
with you before, but anyway.
That's good.
It's-
So now if you're feeling relaxed,
yeah.
we'll tap into a little bit on the positive side. Like, what
Okay.
would you want? So I will guide you and I want you to fill it up. And we're not doing the setup protocol. We're just going to tap into what do you want. But
Okay.
we will use the method I choose or I give myself permission. Because when you say I want,
Yeah.
we are coming from a place of lack.
Yeah. Okay.
We're coming from a place of I don't have it right now, but I want it. So
Yeah.
I rather not get into the sabotaging phase of
Yeah.
you want it, but you're not going to get it. Rather choose. So is that good? And
Yeah.
everybody else who is on this chat,
Yeah.
you will fill up wherever you are. Since you're on mute, you will fill up whatever you want to fill up with. So someone is going to be our the person who is going to take you can fill up with whatever you want, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So let's start tapping. I choose.
I choose.
Fill up the blanks for me.
I choose to not sabotage myself. Since you said
Okay,
that.
change the subject to I choose
I choose
to let go of all my sabotages,
to let go of all my sabotages,
conscious and subconscious,
conscious and subconscious,
that I'm not even aware of.
that I'm not even aware of.
Good, side of the eye. I choose.
I choose.
What?
Something
Finish.
else, is it? Huh? Do I
Yeah,
say
whatever
something?
you want.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I choose to love everyone I see.
Okay.
I see
Okay.
love in
I
everyone.
choose.
I choose.
Yeah. I choose to see everyone with the love
I choose to see everyone with love
I have.
I have. So
Right. Under the eye. I allow myself
I allow myself
to be free
to be free
of any judgment
of any judgment
of myself or others.
of myself and of others.
Under the nose, I allow myself to let go of this anxiety
I allow myself to let go of all this anxiety
and be free.
and be free.
I choose to be free.
I choose to be free.
I choose to be free,
I choose to be free,
to love myself
to love myself
because I'm worth it.
because I'm worth it.
Under the arm, I choose to be
I
free.
choose to be free.
I choose to be free.
I choose to be free.
Top of the head, I choose freedom above all else.
I choose freedom above all else.
Because I love and accept who I am.
Because I love and accept who I am.
There you go. Take a deep breath and breathe out.
What is that smile? It seems you're tapping in.
Yeah, because when we are tapping in the positive, a lot of people have misguided things about, I must say it this way. I tell people, have fun with even whatever things that you're going through.
Yeah.
When you learn to laugh about things, life is just very easy. But sometimes you do get caught up in drama. Don't get me wrong.
So that's what my next question is. When you have a session with a client, you often say, don't get stuck in the story or drama. Can you help our viewers understand what you mean by the story and why we should not get stuck there?
Right. So anything that we are going through. Now I'm going to give you an example of, because I don't want to pick on you, Sanam. I'm just going to give you an example. My story of how I became a Kundalini Yoga. I told you this on the Zoom just now.
Yeah.
Now I've edited that story over the years, because before, when I was in pain, it sounded very different. I would say, this surgeon said that and that surgeon said that. I would edit every time I spoke. The story sounded even different to me. And I'll be like, what did I just say that? That's what I mean by don't get stuck with the story, because every time you say the story here in your head, also you edit. You are very smart. You will edit it. And then you say it to 3 people, the story will sound different to everyone. And then, the people are like, did she just say, she said something different to me. Now, the reason I say
adding masala, you mean?
Yes. And then when you get stuck in the story, guess what? You will hold on to the story. And you will hold on because your need to edit and your need to tell a different result to that story will keep changing. And that means you will still keep having that problem. So this is why I tell people, don't get stuck on the story. You tell me during the session, fair enough, but I will never let people tell me a story unless they're tapping. And I think you kind of know that. I will not tell. Like, no, don't talk. First we tap as you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to be there. You don't want drama. I mean, yes, we want drama because it's exciting, but you don't want drama. Not at the current stage. We have had the worldwide drama going on. Leave that alone and sort out your life.
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
Yeah, because I think they say you can feed the problem or the solution. Whichever you feed is the one that will grow. So you believe that if you don't get stuck in the problem. And also Satya Sai Baba says, less luggage, more comfort. I don't think he only means physically, but even the emotional baggage that we carry with us.
Yes, all the time. We carry the emotional baggage like a garbage bin. So if you think about it, this is how I have seen it or known about it, is all your emotional baggage is always behind you. So if you look behind, you might see 15 garbage bags of you must and your stories that you've collected at the back. And it's, the smell might be exciting sometimes, but not really. So that's a
lot. That's a lot of garbage to carry behind you.
So don't get stuck on the story. Always look for what should I do to feel better. And it's always about you. Take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah, ownership is very important.
Yeah,
right?
Accountability is a big thing.
Yeah.
And people think accountability is blame. No, it's not. You don't need to blame yourself. You did what you did at that moment because that's the solution that came to you. So today, if people are on this Zoom, if they have heard of EFT or not heard of EFT, it doesn't matter. But today is something broaden their thought process, and they might think about it and they are like, okay, you know what? I need a change. Maybe this is what I need to do. So that's all there is to it.
Okay, great. So what is your one motto or goal in life then?
I know it sounds really funny, but I believe every problem has a solution. And always look for solution, because ideally there are no problems. There are only solutions. That's what
Yeah,
I'm working with.
Colin says true. Yes, he believes
Yes.
it's true. Yeah. And I think whenever a problem comes, we look at the solution in the wrong place. Like we have to look at it from a higher perspective so we can.
Yes.
You say
And with
that?
tapping, you might find that the perspective may be so different to what you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I always get, that your perception will change.
Mm.
And you may even start looking at yourself differently. Again, it's not about blame, but you will feel differently about it. So
Amazing.
life is good.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. And so, is there any advice you would like to impart to our audience today before we end the session?
The biggest advice is be committed to being well. Be committed to yourself. Self-care is very important. And with self-care is your goal towards commitment. Commitment to maybe doing yoga, commitment to doing a walk. I don't know what it could be. Maybe commitment to feeling better. And that means you want to go for a, funky dancing or Zumba, whatever. Be
Or swing
committed.
yoga.
Yes, be committed to change, be committed to yourself, because if you look after yourself, you will be able to look after everyone. It's not about looking after, but you will be able to give of yourself.
That is so true. And I just wanted to ask the audience if anyone had any questions before we do end the session today. If anyone is unsure about EFT or so, Meenu says very useful and informative session handled by the two beautiful ladies. Thank you. Yes,
Thank you.
and Sangeeta says lovely session. Thank you so much. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, but in the meantime, I will be sending out Sujal's contact details. Yeah, for
Thank you.
if anyone would like to contact you. Yeah, that would be really
Sure.
good. So I have a question. Tanu is saying, how long should one tap?
Normally, if you're going to do what we just did, it will probably end up with a 7-minute or to a 10-minute tapping thing. For me, it's all up to you. You want to feel better, you might, like how your Sud Scale came down from 7 to 4, and then you said, oh, I feel quite better. You will go to a place where it should come down. You should just come down from where you're feeling to feeling better. So how long to tap? Again, individual.
Individual. Okay, great. So Hia says love. Again, there's another question. Can we
Sure.
use tapping for pain relief was asked before, but on the same spot. Is it?
You can. The only reason, okay, you can do it on the same spot if you want to. And that's perfectly fine. But when you do all the points, or at least a couple of points, you're forgetting the meridians are all associated with different organs. They join into different organs. So if you tap on multiple points, your pain relief may not come from what you think it's coming from. It could be coming from something else. So for me, I tell people, if you're not being, if you have time, please go through all the tapping points. But if you don't have time, and if you're at an airport and somebody, I don't know when that's going to happen at the airport, but I'm just putting it out to the universe, it'll be fine. If you pick one point, because it might look funny if you start tapping, people might think what's going on with this person. Pick a point, which is your favorite. Now my favorite is kidney point, because I learned EFT, and when I was in really bad place, I would just go thumping my collarbone point. Yours could be very different. So sure, you can do one point, but I would suggest you do all if it's better for you.
Neelam says very interesting session. And I have a question. Can one do it multiple times in a day?
Sure, of course. You
Yeah.
can do it as many times as you want.
Okay. And can you tap for knee or foot pain?
Yes, you can. It's the same thing will apply, but of course, if you want to go general, you will stick to this knee pain, like how we did the anxiety.
Yeah.
But if there is a session, we'll probably uncover where the pain is coming from, and you would have to look into the emotional aspect of why you're getting that pain and why are you feeling that pain. So there is a couple of things that you go with. But yes, in general, of course, you can tap on the knee pain. Just say this knee pain.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah. Okay. So
Oh,
anything else yourself?
no, I'm sorry. I saw the chat and I couldn't get to thank a lot of people for joining today. And I couldn't thank you enough, Sanam, because, thank you so much for having me. I do want to bring this out open to a lot more people because you shouldn't be in a bad place anywhere, pandemic or not.
Yeah.
We should all be looking after ourselves, and why not? So you did a great deal tapping for everybody on this chat. Thank you, everyone.
Beautiful. So I want to end by saying that the universe responds to your frequency. When you love yourself, you glow from the inside. You attract people who love, respect, and appreciate your energy. Happiness is a choice, not a result. No one has the power to make us happy unless the feeling comes from within to be happy. Healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. Healing means the damage no longer controls our lives. Baba says, regard whatever happens to you as something intended for your good. Discover the bliss that can be derived from trials and tribulations. Love is the only wealth that does not diminish. Light the lamp of love in your hearts and see that it shines day by day with added luster. So thank you, Sujal, for
That
such
was
an
beautiful.
inspiring and enlightening session.
Thank you so much. And thanks. I'm thanking everybody and I wish you all very well. God bless you all.
God bless you. Sorry, I wasn't able to.
Yeah, if I have any questions to answer, please let me know because I couldn't get into my chat. I'm not very good and tech savvy.
Great. A lot of people, thank you
Okay.
so much. Yeah, thank you all, everyone, for giving us such beautiful messages.
Yes, thank you so much. That was so nice. And I hope all of you all tapped along with this and it gave you some relief in anxiety.
Yeah.
And it could be anything.
I really hope that everyone felt how it works and then maybe you can get a better idea if you keep practicing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. See you.
So I wish you all very well.
Yes.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Look after yourself.
And see you. Sanam, see you in Hong Kong soon.
Yes.
One day.
Soon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye. Bye.